movies and money, the new entry in the Planet of the Apes franchise had a giant opening at the box office. Movie man Erik Childress is here with the details. Hello to you, Erik.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes opened to $58 million last weekend, doubling up what The Fall Guy did the week before. But believe it or not, that is still only the third best opening of the year. In some ways, it still feels a bit like 2005, which was the last time at least two films from earlier in the year, in this case March, had better starts than any of the films to start the first 2 weeks of May. Now that is just a bit of history though, because in terms of the new Apes film, it is actually a pretty decent start. It hit the $50 million mark than the most recent films from 2011 and 17 did, and had the second best start among them. I do wonder if it falls a bit faster and comes up short of the last film's domestic haul of $146 million, but it's the international take that will really define the film's success. The film needs in the vicinity of $400 million to start turning a profit, and the previous films all made over $300 million alone overseas. It is already over $150 million total, and I think the smart money is on it turning up rare profit for the now Disney division of 20th Century Studios.
It's a busy weekend of a number of new films debuting, including this one. Here's a look at If.
What if I told you imaginary friends are real? And when their kids grow up, they're forgotten.
Are any of them scary?
Worse. Desperate.
Erik, this one looks like it could be a goodie. Do you think it could be a breakout blockbuster?
Yes, Angie, and as usual, it's just a feeling, but I think John Krasinski's If could end up with a solid haul starting this weekend. The family comedy with a wide-ranging voice cast stars Ryan Reynolds as a dad who has to contend with and corral the imaginary friends who have been left behind when their human counterparts have grown up. Apart from an animated Garfield film opening next week, family audiences have to wait until mid-June to experience Inside Out 2, and I think If is going to fill that void nicely, starting with a #1 finish this weekend. Two R-rated films also hit theaters, including Back to Black, a biopic of the tragic life of singer Amy Winehouse that is receiving scathing reviews. Though the film is doing well in the UK and Ireland at the moment, there are no expectations that it is going to do as well as the Bob Marley film did back in February here. Also opening is The Strangers Chapter 1, a new film in the horror franchise about home-invading murderers. Horror is not living up to the name it has developed for itself over the past few years, with none of the releases even hitting $35 million. This one may even have trouble hitting the $24 million of the previous entry.
For your movie stars picks, you have Babes on your list. You screened this one for us and found it to be very funny, perhaps the funniest of the year.
I certainly believe that to be the case, Angie. Babes is the new film directed by Pamela Adlon, who recently finished up a 5-season haul of her show Better Things, and it stars Alana Glazer from TV's Broad City as a woman whose one-night stand leads to a pregnancy, and she must navigate the unplanned event with her more experienced best friend, played wonderfully by Michelle Buteau. The result is a film with great insight into the 9-month experience and just how messy it can actually be, as well as how female friendships can be affected by it. There are a lot of great films about pregnancy like Knocked Up and She's Having a Baby, and this one certainly goes into the upper echelon. Neon just did a number of Mother's Day previews for the film, and it's opening it in limited release this week before expanding it in the coming weeks. Mark down the title Babes and go see it immediately when it comes to your town. You will not regret it.
Thank you very much, Erik.
Thanks, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.